There's the Witch's Sabbath. We knew he was playing that. Okay, so the good news here is we get rain. Rain. Rain.
Bow before modern friend.
Messenger.
The sea demands a price. You shall pay.
I mean, we got triple messenger again. Next turn's a Kraken. So I'm not feeling too bad here. I believe in the Kraken. I believe. Please don't fill the row up. Okay, he didn't fill the row up. I mean, Svalbard's also really good here, but with triple messenger, it has to be Kraken. Where is he? Oh yeah, let's go. I believe in Kraken. I definitely believe this also stops the drone spawning if he... There we go. That's what I'm talking about. Now, don't have an Igni. So this is dead card. You know, even if he Ignis us for 54, we still win, which is kind of funny. There's one Spores, but, Kraken doing his job. It's like 21 on... It's just so much. It's just so much. So today we're revisiting the Rain cards with the Golden Necker Rain. I tried a bunch of Rain versions, and this one ended up being the best in my opinion, so we're going to go with it. It's a little unfortunate we can't play the Kraken in it because it's so expensive and no Melusine, but I found that we really need the Golden Necker Tempo and some of the other stuff that this deck offers, so that's what we're going to be going with. We are playing the Rage of the Sea, obviously, here to give us the Rain, the Crystal Skull, the Royal Decree for some consistency, and we're also playing Magic Compass. We can actually Magic Compass, I believe we can Magic Compass round 2, if everything goes really well. But we really probably don't want to be doing that unless you're making Lippy. Otherwise you just don't have a deck anymore, and that's not great. But it's really good for round 3 in particular. We can make the, well, there's actually a lot of things you can make, right? You can make Svalbard if they're really wide. You can make the Melusine. Not Melusine, the Fuchsia. Stuff like that. And you can always, ideally, I would like to find a situation where making Kraken is good. I just don't think we're going to find it. But if it makes making Kraken's good, that'd be pretty cool. Then we have the Golden Necker and Siri, obviously, because we are playing a Siri Nova deck. So we have those in there. We have the Covenant of Steel. I think we need the Defender. We're playing a deck pretty reliant on the messengers from the sea, so I think we need the Defender to protect them. You could try without it, but I just imagine that this is helpful. And Covenant of Steel is always something we can bring back, because we are playing the Cinegraph right here for Ryogon. Usually I don't play Ryogon, but I think actually he makes a lot of sense here. And we're going to be playing him, so if they do banish a Ryogon with a Squirrel or something, which happens a lot, then you can Cinegraph right back the Defender and protect your messengers from the sea. So it's a nice secondary option there. Then we have the Roach Knickers for the consistency thing, our deck. Round 1 tempo, we've got the Kelpie. Kelpie's fantastic. I really like Kelpie. The boosting effect is actually pretty good. Like, you actually get a lot of value of that out of that over time. Then we have the right in Ryogon we talked about. We have Axel 3 Eyes. So this is a flexible spot. You can change this Axel 3 Eyes for whatever you want. I just chose to go with more tempo. You already have quite a bit, but I think having Axel just helps. What you could change this for is a lock card. So you could play like your Deregulate. You could also play a removal card like Giga Scorpion. You could also cut another provision somewhere else and play Bride of the Sea if you want to. The only thing with the Bride of the Sea is we don't have any 4 provision alchemies, other than obviously the one Axel makes. So you'd have to be careful playing her, or just keep the Axel in and cut the next card, the Corrupted Flaminica. But I think you can swap them. You could also play Skellige Storm if you really wanted to. I considered playing Skellige Storm because it is a very cool card and it fits in this deck pretty well. It's just that none of the opponents we were playing any wide boards, so it never really did very much. So I ended up cutting it for the Axel. But you can still totally play it. It's just very situational. So I went with this instead. I think this is more consistent. We mentioned the Corrupted Flaminica. She gets pretty good value. She's usually like a 14 or so in here. It's just a pretty good play. It also helps that we don't have as many beasts as we could, right? Like I didn't mention, the Kelpies can get 3 turns of rain in this deck. I really wanted to get to 4, but couldn't quite do it without putting in cards I didn't really want to, or removing things that I liked. So we're going to go with 3-turn rain and Kelpie. Corrupted Flamingo, like I said, usually plays for about a 14, which is still really good, obviously. Then we're going to go with Vadermaker and Scepter of Storms, because they're very cool, and I think they work well here. So we do have the Ryogon. Now, we're not going to be making Storm for Vadermaker to extend the Storm for 3 turns, but just extending Rain for 3 turns is good. Spawning Torrential Rain can be quite useful, because we don't have that many ways of getting it. And even if Vadermaker just extends 2 rows by 1, like say you have Rain on both rows and you just play in without the Scepter, 2 turns of Rain is going to be worth 4 points. That's a 10 for 6. And then if you have Rain Synergies, it's going to be more than that. So I think he's still worth it. Obviously, you do want to play him with the Scepter, though. But the other thing with the Scepter is that it's another artifact for the Golden Necker. So that's quite nice. But you have to watch out if you don't know where you get this or the other one, which is Megascope. They're playing the 2 Freya's Blessings. This is just for more Messengers of the Sea. So that's quite useful. Messenger is like basically the focal point of the deck. We want to win with Messenger. We were playing the 1 Melusian Cultist. I would have liked the second one. I really like Melusian Cultist. It gives us rain. It gives us an engine. I just think that it's not quite as good as having the Scepter or the Freya's Blessings. Because really it's about the Messengers. Like the Melusian Cultist is good because it helps the Messengers. But without the Messengers and the Freya's Blessing, I think we can just go with the 1. The 2 Anglerfish, obviously they come out of our deck. It's a lot of thinning. The 2 Megascopes, these are for Messengers for the Sea. If you don't have Messenger out, you can do like Cultist or Little Half-Roo or something, which is our last card. Little Half-Roo. Now, Little Half-Roo combos very well with the Kelpie because you use this order. Kelpie, it goes down to like 2 points. The Kelpies will then boost it because it's undamaged. It's quite nice. So that's the deck. Overall, we've got what? 1, 3, 1, 4, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. There's a ton of thinning in here. So you can actually go that round 2 Lippy if you want. There's just a lot of flexibility in how you play the deck, which I quite like. But speaking of that, let's get into some games and show you just how it works out. So Dead Eyes. Okay, so we cannot interfere. We can't stop the Waylay Cargo stuff. And this is a removal deck. So I think this is a really bad matchup because we can't stop the Cargos and the Vanadanes. So this is probably going to go really poorly. But we'll give it a shot nonetheless. You can always outplay the Waylays by making them have to Simloss round 2, but with Cargo, that's not going to be possible. I don't think that's going to be possible with Cargo. That being said, I've seen a lot of people not playing Lady of the Lake, which means it's a very inconsistent version. And he's also not playing the Cursed Scroll, so his consistency will be our advantage, right? Like, if he's got like 1 Oniromancy if he's not playing Lady of the Lake. And if that's the case, he really shouldn't have the setup he needs round 1. It's not likely. But then again, that just means it's going to happen. To be fair, you could also just be playing Elf Swarm. I've seen a couple of that as well. Or it could be playing Traps, which is, again, a bad matchup, but at least we would like to know that ahead of time. And Dead Eye Ambush is weird because it has so many decks, and you have to play against them so differently. It's kind of annoying, actually. So it is the Cargo Vanadane. So he's got Cargo. I guess he's going to have Vanadane. He's going to have the Snare. He's just going to have everything. That's how it works. That is how it usually works. Play this. Kind of tempted to Megascope this guy. But you shouldn't have a 5 damage card. I mean, technically you could go backup plan into the 3 damage for the only thing on its row card, but outside of that, you shouldn't really have a 5 damage out of hand. And then we could play Defender if we feel like it's justified, which it probably is.
I shall not fail.
I wonder if this is Elf Swarm. I think this is justified here. We won't click this order yet. We have to have the Messengers live. So we're going to go Messenger, Megascope, Messenger. I was tempted about this before, just because it looked like he might be a trap deck and not playing many units, but if you're playing a Neophyte in your actual deck, it's probably Elf Swarm. Could still be Waylays, but I think it's just going to be more about just spamming out the Elves. And Deadeyes. The Vernaciel with the Cargo could still lose us round 1 no matter what. So we have to be a little mindful, but There's not much we can do about it other than just try and get as many points as possible from Messenger.
Dreadfully sorry.
Do we care about that? We lose value, but no, we just keep the defender here.
Sends blessings. We pay her with reverence.
You lose value from this. Okay, never mind, we don't. We still do, because the Knickers comes out after this ticks, but it's fine. We just want the messengers protected. This is a good value transform, though. We could also do this again and move our messenger melee, but then he doesn't have damage to kill it. We'd have time to megascope. This gets scary when he starts playing like Yavin and all that stuff. You know what I mean? Like that's when it gets scary. We just make another messenger here. Do we want to get our fish out of our deck? I don't think so. They're good tempo tools. I'm really surprised he didn't transform the 1-power Neophyte. Oh, we're playing this. That's cool. This is cool. The Taylor and Ape Colin, which I definitely pronounced wrong. Okay, that's cool. That is a cool thing. He's got the deploy again on this. Alright, this is fun. This is fun at least. We got Vadermaker Scepter. With 2 messengers, probably worth doing. And it does look like we're going to be wanting our Lanternfish. Not this turn, but maybe next turn we'll go with the Leader Vadermaker or just Leader. Yeah, it's probably Leader Vadermaker. We lose our guy. Defender is dead. We could bring back the Defender. So he's going to make Waylay again, right? Or backup plan. So he's going to go double backup plan here. He's probably looking for a damage card. If he can kill one of our messengers, we might actually lose the round. Although that being said, we do have access to Golden Necker still. He's going to go triple backup plan. Okay. I'm not sure why that's melee, but invites us to rain. Alright, he's got good value. I admit he's got good value here. We don't have to win uneven, by the way. We're content just doing this and playing Vadermaker. Vadermaker is so cool, by the way. Look at this. Look at this premium art. It's one of my favorites. Get on Vadermaker. You know, we're up by 10 all of a sudden. I didn't think we would be, but I guess that's double messenger for you. We should win this on even. Not the leader. No, there's like, we go up 2 cards here, we leader. I think we just dropped the little halfer though. It's nice to have another beast for Corrupted Flaminica, and we don't really want to give him a chance to pass here or get ahead. Just drop it. Next turn, I'm pretty sure we pass no matter what, because these will keep ticking enough that you can't catch up. If we pass there, like he could probably do it with Vernaciel and Cargo. But now, maybe he could still do it with Vernaciel, I think. But it's gonna be really tough without a tall removal in conjunction. We're vulnerable to Igni because we hid these behind our defender earlier, but don't think this is an Igni deck. Good old Isengrim. Okay, I see it. Do we want Golden Necker or Magic Compass? We've got Megascope off Golden Necker, but it won't have time to tick. So we could do that. Do we have a... We also have got probably getting Freya's Blessing, which doesn't bring anything back. So I think we go Magic Compass. Okay, I mean... Just make it worse, right?
and you shall
We do have this Ryogan next turn if we think we want to, but we should not need to. Like, he's going to go Isengrim again. Maybe with Renaciel it's worth doing. Yeah, if he Renaciels or something, it's the Waylay. Isengrim. Is it worth doing the Ryogan? Yeah, I think it is. Let's do it. Do this. Bring back Ryogan. Down by 4, and then, you know, it's just Ryogan things. Down by 4 to being up by 50. 54. We got our fish in our deck. It's fine. He'll come back later. And, yeah, it is not going to happen here. Get the win uneven. You know, Ryogan is amazing when people don't play Squirrel. And apparently today we're playing everyone who's not playing Squirrel. Won't complain. Because this is not normally how Ryogan goes, though. Just want to make that pretty clear. Alright, so we've got special, artifact. So I don't think we want to draw here. We'll just put him in an awkward spot. Let's play Ciri. I mean, he's down all of his leader charges. He's played a lot of provisions. I imagine he has a Sim loss, but he's played a Waylay too, so no Vanadane out. It's not looking good for him. And Ciri's always the right choice here. You got Veil, that doesn't work. Do we want to go Golden Necker? Yeah, we want to thin our deck out. Let's go Golden Necker. We got Decree, though. We could actually go for the round 2 all-in with this. Let's just play Golden Necker here. Go Kelpie, give the rain, bring back a messenger, and then we copy the messenger. Oh wait, this is first. Yeah, never mind. I forgot how this orders. I always forget how this orders. It always happens like this. But it doesn't matter. It should not matter. Because we can now decree into this. If we can decree all in here. I would have played that melee, by the way, but ranged, but I think he's a little flustered. Perhaps deservedly. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 beasts. So it's a 14. We'll just all in him here.
You are weak.
I find it, let's say, unlikely he can make a comeback from this. Yeah, GG.
You crossed the wrong sorceress.
Imposter Ball will be an interesting matchup for sure. Getting a good variety today, which is unusual, but very welcome. Put this back for now. We have a very gold-heavy hand. I'm not sure how I feel about that. Not sure. So, Defender doesn't do too much just because of the poisons. It just, like, stalls a poison killing something by 1 turn. So it's not super valuable. Ciri is really good, though, because it means he can't poison us. And then the deploy gain statuses later will hurt us once he has his guys out. So I'm almost tempted just to open this.
Don't make me laugh.
The thinking here is this will give him a whole bunch of points later when we gain statuses. And it just is a thing he can't poison. So I like it. And he might have Ligaforts, might have Vincent. But since we're going first, he has the opportunity to play this whenever he wants this round anyway in response. So that's not too bad. We want to be a little slow with these.
In the end, the sea.
This is because we want to get the rain out. Probably getting spying down here, honestly. Ah, it's this deck. This deck's cool. I've seen this a couple times now. I think we just take it slow. Just take it slow. Just Mega Scope. Don't worry about it. Next turn we'll put out some rain, maybe Kelpie. Actually, it's probably Kelpie Leader. Get the fish out. It's a lot of tempo. This is one thing Rain usually struggles with, is tempo, which is why it's so good to be playing in a Golden Necker deck. It's why I think it's so much better. I got the pikemen, sure. These guys have armor, which means the messengers won't necessarily get that much value here. But if they don't, the Kelpie should trigger at least. Put them here. Got another Megascope, honestly, but let's do the Kelpie. Get the anglerfish. And I think this will convince him that we're going to win the round. He's going to lock us. Sure. Just play the other Megascope now. The only thing that's not going well for us here is that we're going to lose our anglerfish again, but that's fine. We should be enough ahead that them going back in our deck doesn't cost us the round, and then it's another tempo option later. As long as we don't draw them. Drawing them is when it gets awkward. We're still up by 30. We have another messenger coming out. I'm almost tempted to decree Vader Maker for the duration, because nothing else has deploy rain. But I don't think that's quite worth it. We need another row. Like, we could leader decree Vader Maker.
Don't ask a lady her age. It's unbecoming.
We can also pass here and force him to Fergus. I think we can also just Golden Necker. Does Golden Necker have any bad things? It could do right. Doing right wouldn't be good. Could play Decree. So I think down to 1. So we'll be down to 1. I think this is a good time to play our defender. We don't want the Amir being able to see stuff. Right, because I don't want him seizing the Kelpie. Because Kelpie is really nice if we want to Fukusha at round 3. Because it would rain both rows. This is mostly true if these are in our deck still, right? You want to bring this back, it's pretty good. Okay, good. These are actually a tempo tool next round then. Just don't want to draw them and we'll be fine. We need to force out the ball because we don't have a heat wave. Problem with the hand is we can't make much rain. But it should be fine. Like, the thing is, we're probably getting one of these off of the Necker. But I'm not going to reject this hand for sure. Now, if we were to pick a unit to play, what would it be? I kind of want Melusine Cultist. Like, this is good, but we're going to get one off Freya's Blessing, and he has more locks. Yeah, let's go Decree into this. It's probably getting answered, but hopefully he lets us use the order. Because I'll get the anglerfish out of our deck. They're actually called anglerfish, by the way, right? Because that's what I call them. Yeah, good. That being said, my record of calling things by the correct name is not very good. So, you know, it happens. Also, isn't this guy premium? Oh, we got this bug again. A little annoying. Speaking of premiums, the Golden Necker premium, I mean, it's above the Heatwave premium. I like it. It's very shiny. Heatwave premium, though. Guys, if you're looking to get premium cards, don't bother. Alright, there's the lock. He's going to lock it. That is unfortunate. Really limits our ability to get rain out. Tempted to go Compass, because this gives us rain, this gives us rain, this gives us rain. But Golden Necker also gives us the Scepter. Let's go Golden Necker for the Scepter. Alright, that's probably the best combination I could have seen here. I'm very happy with this. you, and then rain. We're not going to get a point this turn because of the armor. But now we can get our anglerfish out. Basically, all we want to do is force out the ball, and we're happy. But then once the ball is out, if we still have some value, we're going to keep pushing. Okay, there's Felipe. That is the card we cannot answer. We need ball also, though. We need this and ball. So, rain. Good old Vadermaker for +3 duration. And with the axis of the big Ryogon, and these guys come out of our deck. If he plays another card melee, I might just Ryogon it with leader. Getting rid of the Felipe removes so much value potential from his deck here that I think it's worth it. Yeah, if he plays anything melee, that's what we'll do. Okay. Yeah, just both Felipes are going down here. It's 100% going to be worth it. We're never getting more rain than this. And this might just 2-0 him. Without this engine value, because he's been really slow to develop otherwise. Do lose the anglerfish. Get a well played here. I wonder if he's going to out. Double Felipe is super strong. The only problem is now we have these in our deck, but I think we can just hopefully draw these 3 and then have these in Magic Compass. Now he's going to play Defender. You should have opened with that. Come on. We have no removal. We could pass here, but honestly, we're going to keep going. We need the ball to come out still. So we're going to play our good old Axel 3 Eyes for some tempo. We also got tempo on this. It's not as big this time, I don't think, right? Because we just got the Roach. Messenger has 3 beasts. 4 beasts. Yeah, it's only a 12. Not bad, though. I mean, if he doesn't want to play ball, we'll keep going. He's down 40. He's going to have to. I imagine this is like Ball, Vincent. I'm not sure what the last one is. But at this point, I'm not even sure he can win the round. We're going to pass, though, just to play it safe and not lose our Magic Compass. Alright, we won this game. He can't do it. We're just going to pass. This isn't going to happen for him. The Vilgefortz.
Repay her with reverence.
I mean, he might not get 2-0'd, but there's no way he's winning. And he doesn't even get the 2-0, or the round. GG. We're playing Kiki Morse Arrakis Swarm things. So that's not too bad. Rain kind of deals with the drones. This is where Storm would be really good. So maybe we'll make a Kraken this game. That'd be pretty neat. Urn of Shadows makes me slightly suspicious we're going to be seeing some kind of Arrakis Queen deck with making multiple things and whatever it's called that brings things back, which is Sabbath, which we would not like to see. Because we don't have an interaction for that. And also means they're 100% running Xavier and we lose our Ryogon. Just match that. Okay, that's fine, I think.
Hear my prayer. Fill me with strength.
Getting some interesting stuff here.
This message is for me. His eyes only.
I'm still curious what the Arrakis Queen goes on. So what do we want brought back is going to be the question here. Guess we don't want to put that there. That'd mess up our guy. It's here. Getting a Bayed too? Or just the Arrakis Queen? Intrigued Queen now. Interesting. Very interesting. I think we do this. I just hope we don't hit the surface right. But it's always possible we do. Okay, you know, this could not possibly have been much worse than what just happened. So we want to put this. We don't have much room left in the melee row. We'll do this. It's not so bad about the anglerfish because he does go back in the deck.
One born to hang will never drown.
You can go Kelpie leader, and that's a lot of points. I think we'll go Kelpie leader. Kelpie leader. So we're gonna have 3 messengers. Like, that's no joke.
In the end, the sea will swallow.
Like, that's no joke at all. I mean, he's probably... I mean, he's got a lot of value out, but so do we. Do we think in here we can play? Nah. So this is dead. This is dead. Do we play this? What would be the high roll off of this? Probably Ciri or the second messenger. I think when we do those, you should play this because it can make more rain. I mean, 3 messengers is even for this. 3 messengers is a lot. Like, I don't. If you let 3 messengers live, there's not many decks that can really match that. As in basically 0. So I'm not concerned here, despite like he's got really good setup here. Especially like Vran Warrior in this, but I mean 3 messengers I feel like we can kind of keep up. He's gonna kill us, we can't make rain, sure. We can go Scepter of Storms though. Kind of feeling the Scepter of Storms. Torrential Rain. I guess not good tempo, but 3 messengers will get us ahead. You still have leader ranged row. It's gonna be like a heat wave or something. Yep. Lose 1 messenger. Sure. Let's go Magic Compass here. We've got Vader Maker, doesn't do much. Let's take the Ciri. And then we do this. The reason we do this is because we really want the pressure. We have 2 things we can get with Freya's Blessing here, but they're not high value. Dang, I was hoping that this would force him out, but he's just in a Glusty Warp, and he'll be fine. He'll be free to do his Witch's Sabbath. There it is. We can't beat that. We needed our 1 messenger to be melee, but then we lost value by not having stuff in the row. But he has committed a whole bunch here. The only problem is Witch's Sabbath, right? Because we get Defender, then 2 of these little half-roos, which are not great. Not great at all. We might also have to Lippy. Those are some of our best cards left in our deck. I don't think we need this right now. We want the just straight tempo. So right now we get what? Ciri, Covenant of Steel, And then a little half-brew. Our last card, I think we try and draw for the Corrupted Flaminica here. Just in case he pressures. You might have to drop one of these, but it's not too bad because you can Fukusha them. Alright, so we obviously can't do this because we would not draw 3 cards next round. So I think we just drop the Axle. I think the bigger risk here is he just goes like, which is Sabbath, into 2 guys, then we don't have tempo enough to beat him. His hand isn't bad though. Like we've got stuff going on. Like I was saying, we might even go for a Kraken here. This is a dead card, unfortunately, the Decree. It can happen with this deck, for sure. We can also make Lippy, and then Decree whatever we want from the deck. That's a definite possibility as well. We just have to play this first. We can go like this, Lippy, Defender, this, but then we don't have any rain. We can also just go like this, this, make 3 of these, then play Kraken and hope that's good. I'm kind of a bigger fan of that.
This message is for Colmo. His eyes only.
Okay, he's gonna Xavier something. Do we care what he removes? Yeah, we kind of care. Right, we'll go here. Bring back one of these. We're not going to get the 3rd one. We're just going to have to hope that the Kraken is enough. Kraken's going to be really cool here. In the beginning, I said I'd hope we get a game where making Kraken off the compass makes sense, because Kraken's awesome. And I think we might be in one of those games. The other thing is weakening our Corrupted Flaminica. Oh, he didn't kill this. Ooh, that's interesting. We're going to lose one of our guys. There's the Witch's Sabbath. We knew he was playing that. Okay, so the good news here is we get rain. Rain. Rain.
Bow before modern friend.
Messenger.
The sea demands a price. You shall pay.
I mean, we got triple Messenger again. Next turn's a Kraken. So I'm not feeling too bad here. I believe in the Kraken. I believe. Please don't fill the row up. Okay, he didn't fill the row up. I mean, Svalbard's also really good here, but with triple Messenger, it has to be Kraken. Where is he? Oh, yeah, let's go. I believe in Kraken. I definitely believe this also stops the drone spawning if he... There we go. That's what I'm talking about. Now, don't have an Igni. Technically, we probably should split these up. Get punished by Igni so hard here. There's the Hive Mind. Let's go Kraken. He's not in the deck, but he's in the deck. I need to golden this Magic Compass so we can create golden cards off it. Or premium, whatever we call them. Alright, so, I mean, kind of drop this now. More Storm, plus 7 on everything. I mean, we lose 42 to Igni, which is, that's a lot, obviously. So that's not cool. But I don't think he would have it, would he? I mean, the sad thing is this Decree is just a dead card, but we should be fine. I mean, we're not going to kill the Kraken, so go ahead and boost it. So this is dead card. You know, even if he Ignis us for 54, we still win, which is kind of funny. There's 1 Spores, but, yo, Kraken doing his job. It's like 21 on... It's just so much. It's just so much. Good job, Kraken. Firesworn. Oh, this should be an interesting one. Can they kill Messenger of the Sea? I don't think they usually can. So we're just gonna megascope as many messengers as we can. I think just revive them with Freya's Blessing. Shouldn't be bad at all. All right, we're going. We got a hand. We got a hand. We can work with this. We can work with this. It's gonna be Fallen Light versus Messenger from the Sea, and I think I know which one's better. Especially this is the matchup, right? This and Arrakis Swarm are the matchups where Skellige Storm would be really good in the deck. But then like against Enslaved Tactics, it's just really bad. So interesting tactile advantage versus Crystal Skull. Let's just go with one of these guys. So we have Vader Maker. We got Vader Maker and Scepter. I'm liking that for round 1. Together they're worth so much that I think there's also just cool cards, right? Remember old school Weathers? I remember those.
We place our trust in you, eternal flame.
In the end, the sea will swallow all.
Let's see if he has removal. We really need him not to remove this because we have to megascope it. Okay, good. We're just gonna go Fallen Knight. Just gonna go just match engines. I am cool with that. Definitely want our guys coming out of our deck here. Now we're ahead on even. Should he pass? If he doesn't pass, we just go Scepter, Vader Maker, and I should kind of do this round. Well, theoretically, if he doesn't remove their guys. He's going to have a lot of value himself. Like, in general, even if he ends up passing and winning, even if we end up losing the round, Vader Maker and Scepter should kind of just give enough value here that we don't feel bad about it. We're going to have a tough time finding... We should have done this last turn. We should have held off on the order from the little half for a little while longer, I think. Because we have trouble finding a double row to Vader Maker, but he might just pass without it. So we'd have to do our second leader now to Vader Maker for max value. If he has 2 Fallen Knights, it's probably worth it. You should do it.
Yes, you. Have you made your offering?
Board up the windows, bar the doors, stow the animals inside.
He has really big swings just like we do. And we're going to drop Ciri next. He will run into the problem of his rows getting filled up before we do. I mean, we'll also have the problem, but our engines still get value once they're full. So I'm not super concerned. And now we've got the Ciri. We're killing his guys off. That frees up space on his rows, which is good and bad for him. He's going to need, like, the Gregory or something. He's going to have to play something really big. Because he's out of coins, right? We just pick the top card here and then use his guys' orders twice. That wouldn't be bad. You could also just get really lucky and just, like, in the top 3, see what he wants. He did not. Coin generation's good, though. Like, that might be what he wants. But now we know he's playing Devotion. It's not too surprising, but I've played a fair amount of non-Devotion of this deck. Okay, do we pass here? He takes 4, and we get 4. So he goes to 60, we go to 75. Then he hits us with a card, and then that happens again. So then he's at 56, and we're at 79. So his play would have to be a 24. I mean, this gives him, like, a whole bunch here. He probably does it if we just pass. Is there anything worth looking for off of the compass? Kind of. I mean, I think we just take the 2-card advantage, and he has to play a really high value card here. Because we have this Ciri carryover, right? So, like, we actually get a 3-card advantage here if he doesn't... Yeah, it's just insane. If he... We're just in an insane position. We should just pass. There's the Daisire, or Daisire, as I've been told is now pronounced. Okay, I think we just won this game, by the way. And he needed to spawn the leader charge. There's no recovering from this. He's gonna either draw with us having a Siri down 2 cards. Yeah, okay. That's what I expect from him. There's no recovering from that position. He had the leader charge. I think he must have miscounted. But like I was saying, either he draws on even there and we have a Siri plus 2 cards, or he goes down 3 cards and we have a Siri and he's in a 9 to 6 card round 3, 9 to 7, whatever it is, 10 to 7. It's just awful for him, but at least, you know, normally you just forfeit and not do this whole lost connection thing, but you know, I'm actually 100% sure that his internet turned off. I guess he must have gotten unlucky, right? Like, there's no other reason the connection would go away. Going up against Tactical Decision. Interesting. If it's Colgrim, we do not have a Colgrim answer outside of Magic Compass. So that would be very annoying. Could also be Mill, which is always annoying no matter what. Oh, kept one of these guys in our hand. That's not ideal. Always lets him know we have it in the hand too if he doesn't come out of our deck. It is a play though against no unit decks. You can always do this thing where you play the Anglerfish and it goes into your deck, and then you don't have anything on board and you're getting the points back later. Okay, so it's Albrich Hyperthin. Alright then. There's also Albrich Mill Hyperthin. So we have to, for at least the first couple turns, keep in mind this still could be Mill. Let's open with one of these guys. If the Coded Weapons comes down here, it's probably Colgrim. Well, I don't know. We're going to find out if it's Hyperthin or not, because Hyperthin really doesn't play that much control. It really does Mill. Let's see what this is. I don't think you don't really play Colgrim with this, so I don't think there'd be Coded Weapons. We have Tourney Joust range. It's a little sad we don't have a messenger from the sea, but we'll work with what we've got. His deck should be pretty slow.
Naturally. At once.
Yep. So we're going to have to bleed the Albrich out round 2 to win this. So we have to go for this round. I think it's worth just decreeing for a messenger, because we're going to need it. We're going to need it. We have to hope he doesn't kill it, because it's really going to be the key card here. To be fair, I don't think I've actually played Albrich Hyperthin. I think we should. We'll do that at some point. I don't think we actually got around to it. I got meaning to, because I played a lot of the old Hyperthin when Lockdown was still a leader ability. Okay, of course we play this no matter what, right? Oh, yeah, it's not that bad. Let's do this. On this. Don't need to win uneven. Next turn we go Torrential Rain Leader, if he's still in the round. Draw uneven. Okay, it's a Renfri Albrich. You know, I was talking about how this deck might be interesting, how we might want to try it out, but now we see that it's got the Traherne to try and just like sack the opponent's deck, and then it's got the Renfri. So you know what? Respect has been removed. Let's drop this. Drop the leader. It does do one good thing for us, though, which means since we haven't seen a lock yet, he probably doesn't have locks, and we've got the double messenger, so, you know, it should be fine. Now we do want to win uneven. More than before. Oh, he does have the lock. Good to know. He didn't lock this one because he's got tall removal. So don't make Vilgeforge then. We know he's got it. Definitely a Vader Maker turn next turn. Zap. Zap. Come on, hit this one. He had both of them in his hand. Of course he did. Good old Vader Maker. I think we're going to lose this round, actually. I don't see how we beat the Meteor Shower if he Vilgeforces this.
Of course.
which I think he will do. We don't have the access to our Ryogan. Like, if we could get Ryogan out, I'd feel a lot better here.
I fish there. How dare you, thousand one?
Should have dropped this next to this, because we get less Vilgefortz value. But I want this to get damaged so it heals more from Kelpie, because at this point the Vilgefortz just gets the round no matter what. And whether or not we lose like a couple points here isn't really relevant. Whereas if this gets damaged and it boosts itself up more, it might be. I think this is the turn for this.
Who's next? Any
Gotta
news
protect
got
from the
the
Vilgefortz. And we go Kelpie. The Kelpie should fully heal this, so we get an extra turn of rain. I guess we didn't need to because the Kelpie would have given us the rain. No, because we get an extra turn, yeah. We go all the way down to 0 cards. This would give us an extra turn of rain overall, as if we didn't click on it. But instead, we just get the round. Uneven. Okay, good. We need to force out the Albrich. Then we have to worry about Renfri. Still Vilgefortz. Just a hard deck to play against. Put that back. We got right. Do we have a special in our deck? We got special and artifact. Okay, we've got units. The units are bronzes. We could get compass. If we get compass, then it gets banished. We lose. Is there anything we really want to do about that? Nothing we can do about that. Alright, so let's begin with Ciri, because if this gets Vilgefortzed, at least we get a good bronze we could Megascope. I think this deck 100% plays a Squirrel. But he's not the choice between Squirreling Ryogan and Squirreling Magic Compass. Squirreling Magic Compass is better.
That was not in the spell books.
Let's see which card goes back. Doesn't matter now, but if he ever draws, like with this round 3, it'll draw to the rightmost and we could combi it. Could also well, we can't combi yet, so just thinking. Axel's probably the play. Yeah, this is the play. We want to threaten tempo. He does have Meteor Shower still, so at least I would imagine he still has a Meteor Shower. He probably has a Geralt too.
A fine
Leo is a scary card. Sometimes they play Leo instead of Geralt, then you can lose Ciri even though it's an 8. It's time for this. Hopefully it's not Magic Compass. Alright, we'll take it. Go here. Bring back Messenger. Copy this. Be another guy. It makes rain. Drop the last rain duration. We don't want to get this anglerfish out because it's actually drawing. It's kind of useful. We might just be 2-0ing him anyway here, all-inning, and then we'd get the 3 tempo from it. That's probably what's happening. There's a lock, sure. Or bring back another one. Or we can Kelpie now. And that would... We'll get this rain, right? I think we Kelpie now. Get the anglerfish. Yeah, let's Kelpie now. Actually, this gets on one of these, right? Not a messenger. So bring back the messenger next turn. We're just going to all-in him. We do have Ryogan, so we can go this into messenger, then Ryogan. Well, to be fair, he has not Vilgefortz yet, but Vilgefortz gives us another messenger, so it's not that bad. Yeah, like I said, he's got the Leo. We're just all-inning him, though, so we don't really care that much. Go messenger. Now, if he kills the messenger, we get another messenger, so we don't really care that much. So we still Ryogan. He's going for a lock instead. You know, I don't think he has the points. In any case. This takes damage, and Ryogan triggers it, but we will trigger the Kelpie then, right? Because we're taking damage from rain. So this is worth then. Let's go Ryogan. Don't think he's got enough points here. Come on, get your 39. Hopefully you kept that Albrich in your hand, but it's still not big enough. There's the meteor shower. He's not going to cut it. GG. So that's the deck. As you can see, it's actually quite good. It's the best version of Rain I've played. I really like the Vader Maker and Scepter Storms. Certain people always ask me have been asking me to make a deck with these two cards for, I think, literally 2 years. And I think I did at some point, but you know, Vader Maker and Scepter. Was not a fan of the Eternalia deck. I think they fit much better in here, because if they don't come together, Impenetrable Rain's not that bad, or Torrential Rain's not that bad by itself, but for 5 it's overcost rate. But Vader Maker on his own, still pretty good. Which is why we're going to play him in here. And with this much consistency, getting the Scepter off Golden Necker, I think it helps a lot in the situation. So I'm really glad we get to use those. And Kelpie. Kelpie is one of my favorite cards. There it is. It's so good. And I just love the design of all the new Rain cards, except maybe Sea Serpent, who we sadly could not fit. But I have trouble with Sea Serpent getting value a lot. Because you want to open with the engines, and then he just fits kind of awkwardly. I like the card. I think it's cool. I don't think it's bad. It just doesn't fit super well in the decks. But yeah, this is the best version of Rain I've played. If you want to play Rain, I recommend this. It's really fun. You have a lot of flexibility, which is one of my favorite things. You can decide when you want a Magic Compass, when you want Golden Necker. If you want to go like round 2 Lippy, you can do stuff like that. It's just really neat. And you get a lot of Rain value. We are playing the Ryogan. I've always said I don't like Ryogan very much, which is still the case, but you know, if the opponents are not playing Squirrel for some reason, he's going to get a ton of value. And to be fair, in this deck, if you play a Ryogan and you get Squirreled, they do not Squirrel the Magic Compass, and you need them to not Squirrel the Magic Compass. So just having him there to get Squirreled instead is actually kind of worth it. Overall, you can see deck's pretty good. We have way more tempo than the non-Golden Necker versions. As much as I like non-Golden Necker decks better, I think we just need the tempo for it to work. So that's a little unfortunate, just how it is. But it's a fun deck for sure, and I really like it. Talking about Skellige Storm, there's a couple games today where the Storm would have been absolutely insane. So if you want to play that over Axel, go ahead. It's then really bad against other matchups. So that one's up to you. Maybe this made Storm for 3 turns. We'd think it'd be better, but that might be too strong. But for 2 turns, it's fine, but it's not enough where, like, for example, let's take Enslaved Tactics, where they play Nausicaa Sergeants all round 3, for example, the old one. They just spam out like 6 Nausicaa Sergeants, and they fill up a row to just have it filled up. Two turns of Storm isn't enough to get through the armor. And a lot of decks that row stack have, like the decks that row stack with armor are kind of a problem, like that and Dwarves, for example, though you don't really see Dwarves. Gotta play that again pretty soon too. But I think at 2 turns, I don't really want to run it. I think just having the Axel 3 Eyes tempo is too valuable, especially if you do like a round 2 push or something, or for coming back for Fukusha with your Magic Compass. So I think that's really good, although Corrective Fulminator is usually what you want to come back with on that. But anyway, that's the deck. Really like it, and we're going to keep playing this one. I don't think there's any changes I would want to make. I like it how it is. As you can see today, it performed very, very well for me, and hope you guys try it out. Hope you enjoyed the video, and yeah. Let me know what other decks you want to see, because right now I think we're going to do a Vampire deck. Maybe we'll do an Albrich deck, and maybe we'll do a Dwarf deck. Other than that, kind of open. We didn't make the Drakenborg deck yet, because I'm trying to think of a way to use Drakenborg in the Northern Realms cards that isn't just Drakenborg, doing Vyandra, Drakenborg, because I think that's really boring and everyone's already seen it. So we're going to try and think of something different, which is why we haven't gotten to the new Northern Realms cards yet, but in the meantime, let me know what you guys want to see. That'll be it for this one, guys. Hope you enjoyed. We'll see you next time. Make sure to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel for more. And you can check out some more videos over here. And thanks for watching.